Hi friends, this is CA Hani Mehtani and today I'm going to speak on the topic Ultimate Beneficiary Honor. As per Cabinet Resolution number 58/2020 of Ultimate Beneficiary Honor, this regulation is applicable to all companies including mainland and free zones. The companies which are exempted from filing this Ultimate Beneficiary Honors are the companies who are wholly owned by the government or the federal government, or the companies owned by such companies, or the companies in financial free zone. All companies has to submit the required details of ultimate beneficiary owner to their relevant authority within the time frame provided by the regulatory authority and also has to maintain the register for the same. The reason is required to establish real beneficiary is to comply with anti-money laundering rules and regulation of the country in which the company operates. Anti-corruption sanctions and anti-money laundering requirements dictate that now you have to collect and analyze the information as part of your due diligence. It also protects you as a service provider from the illicit funds coming from the illegal activities. Identifying beneficial owners gives you the relief that you know your customer and you can also build up the strong relation with them. So who is the ultimate beneficiary owner? The person who holds 25% more shares in the company, or the person who holds 25% or more of the voting rights in the company, the person who is holding other ownership arrangement with the company like a nominee director, and the person who does have the control ownership is have the management control like right to appoint or remove the directors or any other contractual association or personal connection with the management or the directors. As you know that as per Article 6 of Cabinet Decision number 58, the legal person has to maintain the register of the beneficiary owner in their company. And if any changes has happened in that register, he has to update the change within 15 days of such change. So what are the details required to be filled in the register of beneficial owner is the common details: full name, nationality, date and place of birth of the beneficial owner, residential address where the notices will be sent, detail of the passport or the ID of the person like number of passport, issue date, expiry date, the date on which the person becomes the beneficial owner of the company, and the date on which he becomes ceased to be the beneficial owner of the company. If any changes have happened, the legal person has to update that changes within 15 days of the such change, like if they appoint any nominee member, or if they ceased any nominee member, or any other change in the partners and the shareholders details. As apart from the register of the UBO detail, the company has also to maintain the register of the shareholders, in which the following details will also be included: number and classes of shares held by each partner, date on which the shareholder capacity was acquired, information on board members, and other details as it is given in the UBO register. This is the example of the indirect shareholding in which how to calculate the UBO of the target company. As you have seen that Tom, Sam and Harry is holding 100% shareholding in the X Limited, Y Limited and Z Limited. X Limited, Y Limited and Z Limited is holding shareholders in the K Limited. X is holding 0.43%, Y is holding 65.5% and Z is holding 29.07%. Now the K Limited holds 50% in a target company, while M Limited holds 50% in a target company. M Limited is held by the Dan, who is holding 100% in the M Limited, and Harry also holds 5% in the K Limited. Now, if you calculate the shareholding or the ownership details of the UBO, you will get to know that Sam is holding 32.25% interest in the target company indirectly. Harry is holding 17%, while Dan is holding 50% shareholding in the target company. As you all know that now the UBO filing is mandatory by each authority, and every regulation authority has different types of form and submission procedures. In this video, I have explained about the UBO. In my next video, I will explain you how to file the UBO for the Abu Dhabi, Zawza and the Dubai Economic Department. Hope my video has given some clarity on the real beneficiary. and of this cabinet cabinet decision number 58 2020 regarding real beneficiary. And in my next video, I will help you out how to file the UBO in the following authorities. First, Abu Dhabi, second, Zabza, and third, Dubai Economic Department. Till then, bye and stay safe. Thank you.